In a tournament such as the Metropolitan Under-20 Cosafa Youth Championships, the goals are bound to come aplenty, and in 2010, there simply was no difference. Then it was back to the serious matter of deciding the 2010 Metropolitan Cosafa Under-20 finalists. In what many felt would be a worthy final in itself, Zambia took on Zimbabwe in the first semi-finals at the Molepolole Sports Complex. The young Warriors made the early running, and they were unlucky to be twice denied by the woodwork as the defending champions struggled to keep pace with their southern rivals. However, it was the young Chipolopolo who were first on the scoreboard when deadly striker Chakwa Lungu rose to head home fullback Peter Molenga's pinpoint cross for the game's only goal after 59 minutes. That would break Zimbabwean hearts and send his team into the gold medal match. Next up, Madagascar faced Namibia to see who would meet Zambia in Sunday's final. The Namibians' never-say-die attitude saw them through in a tense match against the Malagasy, who began as favourites, having netted 7 goals in their 2 group games to qualify for the last 4 as the tournament's top scorers. Both teams had first-half goals ruled out for handball, but with the match heading towards a penalty shootout, Namibian skipper Sydney Urikob produced a moment of brilliance to break the deadlock with a spectacular overhead kick in the 77th minute. Then as Madagascar pushed forward in search of an equaliser, Namibia struck again on the break, courtesy of a majestic header by substitute Etwaterua Chizongoro. 6 minutes from full time. Madagascar were awarded a late penalty when Vuavi Kasa was fouled in the box by Colin Da, but the keeper redeemed himself by saving the resultant spot kick from Rinho Michel Radriamanjaka. 2 minutes into stoppage time, another substitute, Papi Kavezembe, netted a third to seal a memorable victory to put Namibia into their first ever final in the competition. In the losers' final, Zimbabwe made up for the heartbreak of missing out on the final by claiming third place with a 3-1 win over Madagascar. Having to contend with a morning downpour of late spring rain, the young Warriors took the lead courtesy of Denver Mukamba's penalty in the 10th minute. Nomenjanaheri Rajonaisi levelled the scores with an angled shot 12 minutes later. But parity lasted barely 2 minutes before Mukamba netted his second to put Zimbabwe back in front. Willard Kalongonda headed home a corner in the 43rd minute to establish a 2-goal lead, completing the scoring as the conditions made the playing of constructive football difficult in the second half. It was then on to the main event, with defending champions Zambia facing Namibia, appearing in their first ever final. In much improved weather conditions, the young Chipolopolo established control of proceedings early on, taking the lead after 13 minutes as striker Chakwa Lungu side-footed Roderick Kabwe's left-wing cross past Namibian goalkeeper Colin Njai. That was the game's opening goal. Lungu doubled Zambia's lead 3 minutes later in almost identical fashion, this time converting skipper Simon Sewamba's low cross from the left. The shell-shocked Namibians tried valiantly to regain a foothold in the match, but luck deserted them on the half-hour mark when Neville Chiotsa's shot rebounded off the inside of the post, Zambian goalkeeper Charles Mwembe well beaten. The Namibians then suffered a killer blow in first half stoppage time. They conceded a third, coming again from the left. This time it was Kabwe steering the ball home from a corner to virtually seal the result with 45 minutes still to play. Zambia added a fourth in the 60th minute through Louis Macha, who rose above the Namibian defence to head firmly past Njai. To their credit, Namibia refused to drop their heads and were rewarded with a consolation goal 4 minutes from full time. Following good work down the right by Willie Stefanus, a substitute Ekwaterua Chozongoro beat Mwembe from 10 meters out. Zambia ever proved worthy winners, and their coach Oswald Mutapa declared himself satisfied with the job well done.
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if you look from our previous games, we have wasted a lot of chances, especially in the first half. I think this time around, we got our chances and we were in control.
For Namibia, winning the final may have been a bridge too far, but their coach Ricardo Manetti was full of praise for his charges.
You know, 4-1 for me, I'm not even going to focus on that. We played the defending champions. We played a very good Zambian side that's well organized, well drilled, very strong, speedy, and they could match us in all aspects and departments of the game. No other team could match us thus far. They managed to do that, and but overall, I'm a happy man. And I think the entire Namibian nation, you know, like I said, against Madagascar, this team made history. It's the first team that got this far in terms of the Cosafa Cup.
Kalusha Bwalia, president of the Zambian Football Association and the country's most celebrated player, was bullish regarding the present health of Zambian football.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic for Zambia. The boys done extremely well, considering the fact that we won the cup last year and this year, and I think that this year has been even more stylish in a way, because which is more difficult because the people, they know what to expect. I'm very pleased for the technical bench, for the boys that have worked extremely well and are really making us proud.
After the presentation of the trophy, a number of awards were handed out for outstanding performances during the tournament. Zimbabwe's George Chigova won the Goalkeeper of the Tournament award. Zambian captain Simon Silwamba took the Player of the Tournament accolade, while his teammate Chakwa Lungu walked away with the prize for finishing as the tournament's top goal scorer. Zambia also took the Fair Play award for the least number of cautions. Metropolitan Group Executive Nkosinati Tonko believes the decision to hold the tournament outside South Africa for the first time was vindicated.
Yeah, it's been great being here in Botswana, and it shows that the process of soccer development continues. It doesn't have to be in South Africa, and Botswana has been a great host, which is encouraging for us to go further within the SADC countries. So our commitment stays the same, and we should be even more determined to continue with this process.
Another round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. Let me remind the players who won the awards, your money is ready for collection. Those who won the awards, just come see me. 500 pula each, not rent. I see some of the coaches from Zambia who does the job here with the Botswana teams. Mr. Mike Dugula Sitwale is here with us. Hey, Jay is losing nowadays.
Opa, get in. Opa.
All in all, the 2010 Metropolitan Cosafa Under-20 Championship was an enthralling competition filled with highs and lows, but never short of excitement and flair. And we look forward to next year's event with eager anticipation. So congratulations to Zambia, the Metropolitan Cosafa Under-20 Youth Champions. The Metropolitan Cosafa Under-20 Youth Championship, where African legends are born.